This is the story of how Rolex was built from scratch to become a billion-dollar empire, a journey that began with one man's obsession with precision and transformed into the world's most coveted luxury brand. In 1905, a young German entrepreneur named Hans Wilsdorf had a revolutionary idea. While pocket watches dominated the market, Wilsdorf envisioned something different. He believed the future belonged to wristwatches, timepieces that were both practical and precise. From a small office in London, Wilsdorf founded Wilsdorf and Davis. He imported Swiss movements and English cases, creating watches that combined the best of both worlds. But Wilsdorf had bigger ambitions than just another watch company. In 1908, he registered the trademark Rolex, a name he claimed could be pronounced in any language. Short, memorable, and distinctive. It was marketing genius before marketing was even a science. World War I changed everything, forcing Wilsdorf to relocate his operations to neutral Switzerland. In Geneva, he established what would become the foundation of his empire. Switzerland offered something London couldn't, a centuries-old tradition of horological excellence. Here, Wilsdorf could access the world's finest watchmakers and most precise manufacturing techniques. In 1914, a Rolex wristwatch received the first chronometer certificate ever awarded to a wristwatch by Kew Observatory. This wasn't just recognition, it was validation of Wilsdorf's vision. While competitors focused on jewelry, Rolex focused on precision, reliability, and innovation. Wilsdorf understood that luxury wasn't just about appearance. True luxury was about performance that could be measured, tested, and trusted. This philosophy would become the cornerstone of everything Rolex represented. But the real revolution was just beginning. In 1926, Rolex achieved what many thought impossible. They created the world's first waterproof wristwatch, the Oyster. The revolutionary case design sealed out water, dust, and dirt completely. To prove the Oyster's capabilities, Rolex sponsored swimmer Mercedes Gleitz's English Channel crossing. When she emerged after 10 hours in freezing water, her Rolex was still running perfectly. Wilsdorf took out a full-page advertisement in the Daily Mail, calling it the Wonder Watch. But Rolex wasn't finished innovating. In 1931, they introduced the Perpetual, the first self-winding mechanism with a full rotor. Now, simply wearing the watch would keep it wound and running. Each innovation solved real problems that watch wearers face daily. Rolex wasn't just making timepieces, they were engineering solutions. Every component was tested beyond normal limits, ensuring reliability in any condition. In 1945, Rolex introduced another industry first, the Datejust, the first wristwatch to automatically change the date at midnight. Later enhanced with the Cyclops lens, magnifying the date for easy reading. While other brands outsourced components, Rolex built everything in-house. They even developed their own steel alloy, 904L stainless steel, and operated their own gold foundry, ensuring complete control over quality. This vertical integration allowed unprecedented precision and consistency. Every Rolex met standards that exceeded industry requirements by orders of magnitude, but technical excellence alone wouldn't build an empire. Wilsdorf understood that perception was as important as performance. The next phase would transform Rolex from a watch company into a cultural phenomenon. Rolex pioneered celebrity endorsements decades before it became standard practice. Movie stars, business leaders, and royalty all chose Rolex. But these weren't paid endorsements. They were genuine preferences by people who demanded the best. In 1953, Sir Edmund Hillary wore a Rolex when he became the first person to summit Mount Everest. Jacques Piccard took a Rolex to the deepest point on Earth, the Mariana Trench. From the highest peaks to the deepest oceans, Rolex was there. Rolex became the official timekeeper of Wimbledon, Formula One, and golf's major championships. These partnerships weren't just sponsorships, they were associations with excellence and precision. Every event reinforced Rolex's image as the choice of champions. Rolex mastered the art of controlled scarcity long before luxury brands made it fashionable. Certain models had waiting lists measured in years, not months. They carefully selected authorized dealers, maintaining exclusivity and premium positioning. By the 1960s, wearing a Rolex had become a symbol of success and achievement. It wasn't just about telling time. It was about telling the world you had made it. CEOs, athletes, and celebrities all wore the same crown on their wrists. Rolex appeared in countless films, from James Bond to Wall Street. Hip-hop artists made Rolex a symbol of success in urban culture. Social media amplified this cultural cachet exponentially. Vintage Rolex watches began selling for multiples of their original prices at auction. Some models appreciated faster than stocks, bonds, or even real estate. Rolex had achieved something remarkable. They had created wearable investments. From New York to Tokyo, London to Dubai, the crown logo was instantly recognizable. Rolex had transcended nationality, culture, and language barriers. It had become a universal symbol of quality and success. But the ultimate test would be sustaining this success. Could Rolex maintain its position as the world's most coveted luxury brand? Today, Rolex operates 4 state-of-the-art manufacturing facilities in Switzerland, combining traditional craftsmanship with cutting-edge technology. Each watch still requires over 300 individual components and countless hours of skilled labor. Rolex produces approximately 1 million watches annually, yet each one undergoes the same rigorous testing that made the brand legendary. Every movement is certified as a chronometer before it ever leaves the factory. With estimated annual revenues exceeding $8 billion, Rolex dominates the luxury watch market. They control nearly 25% of the entire Swiss watch industry's value, consistently ranked among the world's most valuable luxury brands. Innovation hasn't stopped. Rolex continues developing new materials and technologies. The Parachrom hairspring is 10 times more resistant to shocks and magnetic fields. Their proprietary Oyster steel exceeds industry standards for corrosion resistance. While competitors struggle with smartwatch competition, Rolex sales continue growing. They've proven that true luxury transcends technological trends. Rolex watches are passed down through generations, creating lifetime customers. Despite massive demand, Rolex maintains strict production limits. Popular models like the Daytona and GMT Master have waiting lists exceeding 5 years. This scarcity drives secondary market prices well above retail. From presidents to Nobel Prize winners, Rolex remains the choice of global leaders. Olympic champions and world record holders trust Rolex to time their greatest achievements. The brand supports arts, sciences, and exploration through the Rolex Awards for Enterprise. Hans Wilsdorf's vision of creating the ultimate timepiece has been realized beyond his wildest dreams. From a small London office to a global empire worth billions. Rolex didn't just build watches, they built a legacy of precision, innovation, and uncompromising quality. Today, Rolex stands as proof that true excellence never goes out of style, and that's how Rolex was built from scratch to become a billion-dollar empire.